and they had spent more than they have, and they get ready to go bankrupt. But you can't tell that just by looking at them. So would you rather be like this and you got all this fancy stuff and depressed? Or would you rather be like this? Poor but happy. Is it better to be poor and happy or rich and miserable? I'm not going to answer that for you. It's just something to think about. Okay? Always treat other people good. You see the golden rule? Treat others how you want to be treated. That's something you always got to remember, Kelly. Always treat other people nice. Even when they're being mean to you, you be nice. Treat others good. Giving love equals getting love. This one says be prepared for opportunity. Okay? Because opportunities comes when you're ready. It's better to have an opportunity and be prepared than not have an opportunity and not be prepared.
It's just like the bridesmaids that didn't have any oil.
Yeah. Remember that story in the Bible about the bridesmaids who Mom talking about? They didn't have oil. They weren't prepared. So be prepared. Opportunity is just ahead. See this fish? He's in there and crowded with those other fish, but he sees an opportunity over here and he dives out of that pool into the next one. Because it's an opportunity. It says luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. So, sometimes it seems like luck, but really you were prepared to accept the thing that happened. Is it luck when I got this good job here that I have now? No. I went to school many years to be able to ready, prepare for being able to get a job like this. So when it came open, not only was it available, but I was ready and prepared for it. I had done the things I needed to do. I went to school and got ready for it. Let me tell you a little story. When I finished college, I got a job at a factory that summer. And I was a really hard, responsible worker. Okay, it says the key is to figure out what your gift is to the world. Whether your gift is mopping floors, whether it's getting trash, whether it's working in an office, being a doctor, being an engineer like you say you want to be, or architect, or being the president of the United States. All of those things are possible. And all of those people, one is not any better than the other thing. Okay? Everybody has different abilities, different interests. This guy right here might love his job, and he may not ever want to be the president. He might not want to do the work to be president. And he may have fun doing it. So same thing with all of these jobs. So it's not bad to have a job mopping floors. There's somebody who's the best floor mopper in the world and he's very happy with it. He goes home and he has a loving family and everything he needs, and he doesn't care to be anything other than that. And there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to be all of these things to be happy and successful in life. But you got to figure out what gift God gave you. What gift did God give you? And use that to the best of your ability, and that's when you'll really be happy. Because there's some people who weren't born with the kind of brain to do something other than this, and they like that. And that's okay. Okay? You can be really, really smart and still you have potential to be that, but you want to do that. And that's okay. If it's an honest day work, it's not illegal, and you're not hurting anybody. Okay? Now, I was telling you earlier about a job that I got when I got out of college. I worked in this factory, and I was a really hard worker. Okay? I got the job that summer, and I was a hard worker, I was responsible, and the managers were really impressed with me because I didn't gossip, I stayed out of trouble, I came in early and I stayed late, and I was respectful to the managers. And there were people who worked at that factory 10 to 15 years on that assembly line with me, and many of them dreamed of working in the fabrication department. That was the best department, they paid the most money, and those guys had a lot of respect. They made $5 more an hour, and they had a lot of prestige in the company. There were only 5 people in that apartment, and it was 200 workers in that factory. Okay? Now, the summer that I worked there, one guy got sick and he couldn't come back. And so he left. And there was a job opening. And everybody was all excited about who was going to get the job. Who will get the job? 200 people. And only one person could get the job. Anyway, the managers all agreed that they decided they were going to pick somebody to do that job. So one day I got called into the office. I was like, oh man, what did I do wrong? I thought I've been doing everything right, so I was scared. And the manager was all lined up sitting on this table, and they told me to sit down, and I sat down. I was like, oh man, what did I do? I didn't do anything wrong. So what they said was that I was one of the hardest workers. They didn't have any problems with me, and they decided to offer me the job. They said, join our team. And I was very, very flattered. I felt really proud that they had offered me that job. But I told them, I'm sorry, I can't take the job. And they were shocked. It was like, what? What do you mean you can't take the job? Do you know how prestigious this job is? You know how many people want this job? And you just got here and we offering this job? And I said, they were shocked. And I said, sir, I'm sorry. No, I do appreciate it. I understand what it meant to you, and I'm honored. But this is not what makes me happy. I went to college, and I got a degree in psychology, and I always wanted to do that job because I know that's what will make me happy. And the large sum of money that you're going to offer me, it's going to be more than I would make as a psychologist. But money is an important thing to me. Doing what I love doing and helping people is the most important thing to me. So me being a psychologist is the thing for me. So I had to turn that job down. Sometimes you turn down the money because money isn't everything. Money can't buy your happiness. I'd rather have a job that I love and make less money than a job that makes a whole lot more money and I hate it and I'm stressed out all the time. Mom can tell you something about that. She's had kind of jobs like that before. So preparation is equal faith, Kelly. Preparation equals faith. Now, one thing I need you to know is that you're going to get a lot of rejections in life. And there, when I took a sales job once and they had a training, and what they said is, never worry about a no. Never worry about rejection. Every 10 no's you get, you're going to get one yes. And sometimes it's higher than that. Sometimes it might be 100 no's. You might go through 100 no's and get a yes, but you don't care about the no's. You just care about the yeses. And if you think of it that way, it's a whole different thing. See how the sales is? Don't be afraid of rejection in sales. And a good example of that is when I was in college, we used to go to the dances. And dances are a whole lot different than they were when I was in college. Back when I was in college, you had to ask girls to dance. And girls stand around and they wouldn't dance unless a guy danced with them. Nowadays, girls dance but like here. They don't care if a boy asks them or not. But anyway, in my day, you had to ask girls. And I always had a girl to dance with. And my friends were like, man, how you always so lucky and you get all these girls to dance with? And I told one guy, I was like, it's not luck. It's a numbers game. You guys go up to one girl, you ask her, and she said no, y'all go back to the corner all sad and depressed. I asked 4 or 5 girls, and I keep asking until somebody says yes. So you gotta be persistent. You gotta be able to keep and not give up. It's a numbers game. Don't get discouraged by no's. A no just means that yes is coming a little bit closer now. So there are gonna be times in life when you're gonna get discouraged and you're gonna fail at something. Underwood say what? Go to plan B. Success, again, what I was talking about was when I came in early, I didn't waste time on the job, and I provided more service than they paid me for. If you do those things, you're going to be successful. Okay? The next thing is success is a result of perfection, hard work, learning from your failures, loyalty, and persistence. That's what Colin Powell said. So remember, people are always watching you. They are. Even when you're not looking, people are watching you. So be honorable and always do the right thing even when people are not looking. Okay? Look at her. People are always watching you. Watching you. Right? So be yourself. Follow the life rules that your parents taught you. We taught you a lot of things that will make you successful out in the world. Remember them and do them even when we're not around. People will be able to tell. Everybody might be doing the wrong thing, and you might be different. You do the right thing, regardless of what everybody else is doing. Okay, remember what your mom is saying. She's always with you. Your dad is always with you. Don't do anything that you wouldn't do if we weren't around. That's a really good way of knowing if it's right or not. If we weren't around and you wouldn't do it, then it's not the right thing to do. Know what you stand for. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. You know what that means, Kelly? Mom, tell them what that means. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
That means you just follow everybody around even if they're doing something wrong.
Yeah. You got to know what you believe in, regardless of what anybody else doing.
Yeah, values.
You got values. And you carry your values, and you don't care what they're doing. If it's not something that you were taught to do, and God knows it's wrong, then you don't do it. You don't fall for what they're doing, because you stand for what you believe in. Take a look at that. See that guy stealing that wallet? You're not going to steal wallets if you know what you stand for. And that's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed this. And you remember these important things in life, and you're going to be successful. We love you.
Bye.